up, Woodward. We are starting off your day with a brand new crew. Meet Broder.
I can't control my arms sometimes. My limbs are just kind of flying.
Detroit Kool-Aid.
Fired up!
Y'all got Kool-Aid
I'm
hot.
fired up! But with the Wake Up Woodward crew, he's actually a part of the family.
Flannel Sam.
Ask me about my wiener! Okay.
Along with JB and KG. Wake Up Woodward gets you all of your Detroit sports talk. Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Live on Woodward Sports. A show for Detroit, by Detroit, with people from Detroit. Tell Siri to set an alarm. Because it's time to Wake Up Woodward.
And we got the last one over there, man. It's an occasion, man. People, thank you guys for choosing to kick off the day with Wake Up Woodward. Hey, DJ Chase, let's get some music going, boy.
Yeah.
It's Detroit Pistons season and home opener tonight. So you know what they say, Flannel?
Yes.
Anything can happen, right?
Anything can happen. And I'll tell you what, because I think the Pistons have earned it, this is going to be
Shout
the
out to my
most
DJ.
Pistons-heavy show, I think, since the day after the draft. So if you guys are excited about the Pistons, this is the show that you want to tune into. We got a couple of really exciting Pistons guests as well. So a full Pistons show. A little bit of Red Wings, a little bit of NFL, a little bit of Lions as well. But this is a Pistons show today.
Yeah, and you know what? It's your boy Brandon, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credentialed Pistons reporter and writer for the network. Oh, it feels like a holiday today and a family reunion. Going to see a lot of people, and we get to start that off on this show, Wake Up Woodward. That is the vet of the squad, the vet of the network, Flannel Sam. KG just walked in. We got intern Chase in the building, Woodward Sports MVP. And like Flannel said, it's going to be a packed Pistons show. I can't wait. We got the legend on as always. We definitely got Omari Sankofa of the Detroit Free Press joining us in the second segment as well. One of the guys on the beat, and he is the most senior of all of the beat reporters now with James Edwards going on to New York.
Shout out.
And we also have DJ Hi Def Stef, one of the Detroit Pistons official DJs, and honestly just an overall great person. It's awesome when we get to be able to highlight those types of people in that community. So I can't wait, man. We're going to talk about it because we love Detroit sports.
Yeah, we do. We do.
But you know what? As I keep alluding to, I'm definitely loving the Red Wings coverage. Loving where it's going to go for my guy Flannel Sam. Talk to me about these Detroit Red Wings because big win.
That was a big win. That was a heist is what that was by the Red Wings because they managed to beat the Islanders despite being outshot 29-11.
Woo.
That you
sounds
look
like
at
old Red Wings.
Well, that's the thing. When you and here's the reality. If you're a team like the Red Wings who are hoping to get over that playoff hump, sometimes you got to steal some games. Sometimes you got to steal some games when your best unit, which is your offense, doesn't really play well. And the man who really deserves his flowers today is none other than Mr. Alex Lyon, facing 29 shots, stopping all of them, has really had himself a really nice start to the season. I mean, in 3 starts, he has a save percentage of .955. He's been the one goaltender who has, I think, looked the best. I know Cam Talbot had that shutout earlier, but as far as consistency, Alex Lyon has been that guy, and a very short sample size this year. But if you want some hope that he can at least continue this to some degree, look at last season. Mm-hmm. I often point out how Alex Lyon shouldn't be a number one and that his overall numbers weren't great. But if you look at his numbers last season in December, 4 starts, .958 save percentage, a 3-1 record as a starter. In January, 12 starts, 8-2-2 record with a .923 save percentage. What that means is that in short spurts, or even an entire full month spurts, Alex Lyon has shown that he can be a borderline dominant goaltender, and that's kind of what you need. You're going to obviously need Cam Talbot to take some of the starts and show at least an approximation of the form that he had last season. But if Alex Lyon can be a reliable rotational goaltender who gets maybe half the starts, maybe a little bit less, That's one of the keys to the Red Wings making the playoffs, and he showed out yesterday. What a performance, and what a performance overall by the defense. 2 shutouts in 6 games, despite some of the defensive struggles. 2 shutouts in 6 games. I'll take that.
And I got to just ask you, so this heat check as we continue to look at the Red Wings, they got off to not the most ideal start. How are you feeling? How is that trending now for you?
I mean,
couple big games.
Those were a couple really nice wins, because when they were 1-3 and it wasn't looking so great, they faced a couple of games on the road and they won both of them. Mm-hmm. And that's absolutely huge, because as the old adage says, and it's not quite as significant in a sport like hockey where there's 82 games, the last thing you want to do is get off to such a terrible start that you're fighting uphill the rest of the season. And the fact that the Red Wings have managed to get a couple wins in a row to get back to 500, that's absolutely huge. You can almost say that the season really starts today.
I like that, man, because this is a team that we have playoff expectations for. No holds barred. There's a lot of people that will be disappointed. Even the most slappy of slappiest Red Wings fans, let me know if I'm wrong in the chat. If they don't make the playoffs, is this season a disappointment and a failure? We're not saying anyone should be fired, but just talking about the expectations for this squad. And so to hear, you know what, the season really starts today for them. It looks like they're kind of getting some rhythm, getting there. You know, it's not perfect, but at least they're finding a way to make it work with what they have, and look like they're trending towards coming through in those expectations.
Sure, and I wanna clarify, because Tammy Chin, she seems a little upset with me. Defensive struggles. Last night was one of their best games defensive. When I said when I mentioned defensive struggles, I hope that I made that clear. I was talking about when they were 1-3, when they gave up 9 in 2 games to the Rangers and 6 to the Penguins. I mentioned last night specifically that was one of the best. This was one of the best defensive performances I've seen from the Red Wings in a while, certainly since last season. They were spectacular, and you saw at the end of the game Mo Seider and Simon Edvinsson on the same line. That's sexy. It is. And again, in a game where the offense only managed 1 goal and 11 shots, that was one of the lines that was used to hang on to that very, very very small lead. So a shout out to the defense, shout out to Alex Lyon, and hopefully they can continue this stellar play. Obviously they're not going to get shutouts every game, but that was a huge win. You stole that one. Your Stanley Cup level offense, which I often parade as a Stanley Cup level offense, didn't really show up, but they still won. And oh, by the way, what were the Islanders on the power play last night? 0 for 3. The penalty kill, man. It was just a very, very impressive win, and one that I'm happy that the Red Wings got.
Definitely. Anytime our teams win, especially when they have expectations. Mr. Chase Amley, I know you're also one of our puck knowers. Is that what it is? Puckheads?
Yeah.
Puckheads?
Sam and I can kumbaya over Alex Lyon. I definitely think he's shown, going back to last year, like Sam said, that he has the capability to be a 1A type goalie in a nice tandem. We saw last year he doesn't have the ability to carry a full team the full season, play 55, 65 games for a team, but shoulder the workload with 35, 41 games, get a half season split with someone like Cam Talbot, and we can see these Red Wings fight hard and get some gritty wins like they pulled out last night. 1-0, should be happy about that. I don't necessarily think it's a heist. I think that's just playing tough. You're imposing your will defensively, which is what this team has lacked a little bit in previous years, and moving forward, that's how we want to be built, is from the back end up, with our goaltending, with strong decor, and as Sam calls it, the Stanley Cup level offense that we have in our top 2 forward lines.
Yeah, and to be clear, when I say heist, that was a compliment, because you were right. The defense showed up, the goaltending showed up. It was just 11. You got outshot 29-11 and won. Hey. What if the Red Wings are flirting between playoffs and no playoffs at the end of the season like they were last year? You're going to look back at this game and be like, we got one that maybe we shouldn't have, where our offense really didn't show up, and that's huge from this team.
You need that, especially when we saw that they were. Think about just how the season ended. You won. You got the wins. You just didn't have the points. So I'm not going to cry at all when they have an opportunity to take some games like this. You need every single one of these types of games. 1-0, a lot of pressure on the goalie, and they win 1-0 still. I don't even, based on all of the concerns we had about the defense and the goalies last season and to start this season, I'm just like, I'll take it.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
take it.
Well, because you know the offense
Run
is
away and hope nobody's following me to be like, hey, bring that back. You stole that.
Absolutely. Because, well, and the thing, too, is you know that the offense is going to be better. I mean, you saw in their previous game, they scored 5. You're rarely going to hold the Red Wings to 1 goal. I don't think Alex Lyon or Cam Talbot are going to get too many shutouts, that's for sure. But as long as they can be good enough, and as long as this defense continues to improve. And, oh, by the way, another storyline on that shutout last night. Jeff Petrie and Justin Hull played significant minutes on a shutout. Who would have thought that before the season? Those were 2 guys who are seen, and I think based off of last season, it was fair as 2 of Steve Yzerman's misses. But if they can have a bit of a redemption arc, especially on, on lines where they might be needed, that would be a nice little subplot of this of year 6 in the Steve Yzerman regime as well.
All is right now in the Detroit sports world. Our Tigers, they overachieved. Our Detroit Lions, they fared well, facing some adversity. The Red Wings are getting back on track. The Pistons are starting the season 500.
Yep.
Undefeated. Let's go.
Yes, yes.
Let's rock. 0-0. A lot of hope for them. And we're going to talk to some of these basketball Pistons dignitaries as we go throughout the show. Some people that I really, really, really respect in that Pistons media room. So let's get into it, man. And I got to tell the people about Second Best Bar. Let me find out where that is. You know what? You want to know where the best Lions home pregame is?
Tell them.
It's right in the middle of downtown Detroit at Second Best Bar. Detroit's own Second Best Bar, I might add. Located at 42 Watson Street. It's the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey, let's drive. And you guys know what? We thought we were going to have to wait until April in the D to be able to drive down that legendary Woodward Avenue and experience a month where all 4 sports teams are playing and they all have hope at the same time. That represents October. And the Detroit Pistons, they get started tonight, their season against the Indiana Pacers. And there's some players over there that just continue to mouth off, man. Tyrese Halliburton probably should have been a Piston. Benedict Mathurin wanted to be a Piston. And these guys have mouthed off, and I just want the Pistons to go out there and handle their business. Not because those guys are mouthing off, but because what Weezy D313 is saying, Pistons, he's saying Pistons are the better team. It should be easy. I thought he was saying Pistons are a better team, which I do believe. But the better team, that is something that I want to see this squad obviously prove to us tonight.
Yes, and I think that's a little bit aggressive, but I think,
Shout out Weezy D.
But to be fair, I think we all see the Pistons being a greatly improved team. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that the Pistons finish with a record in the neighborhood of the Pacers, maybe even a little bit better. I'm not willing to go there just yet, but how about you start off by kicking their ass in Little Caesars Arena? How about that?
Let's go!
There we go.
Boy, I'm getting fired up,
go.
man. I'm getting fired up. And I'm supposed to cover this thing objectively. Sorry. You know what? Let's bring on somebody who is probably a little bit more professional at this objectivity thing. Mr. Omari Sankofa, the Detroit Pistons beat writer for the Detroit Free Press Pistons beat writer. What up, though, Omari, man? It's opening day, man. It's like a family reunion on these days.
Yeah, it's opening day. This is what we wait for all year, right? Yeah, it'll be a fun one. I'm ready for it.
Definitely. First, thank you for just taking the time and opportunity. I know it's a busy day. I know how these days go. I see you with the hair. I know you got the appointment today, too, to get right for opening night.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to make sure that I say thank you for giving us your time. And definitely plug where people can find you, Free Press. And obviously, my guy, Bryce Simon, Motor City Hoops, and the podcast you guys do as well. Just want to give you the opportunity to plug that.
Yeah, no doubt. Everybody can find my work over at the Detroit Free Press, which is free.com, and then we also have the Pistons Post, which we record once a week. My co-host is Bryce Simon over at Motor City Hoops on Twitter, and we record live. So, if you're a fan of Woodward, feel free to join us on our live recordings, and we like to have fun.
Hey, definitely. And one thing I can tell you is the guests that we like to have on this show, especially ones in my Pistons world, they're even better people than the professionals that they show. So that is who Omari Sankofa is. And you know what 7 years on the beat now for you?
This is, it's 7 years covering the NBA, and this is year 5 on the Pistons, I believe. Oh,
wow. And you are the senior most writer and reporter in that room for us on the beat. So thank you for joining us today. And I just got to ask you, there's this level of optimism surrounding the Detroit Pistons right now, and it has to do with what they've seen Trajan Langdon and JB Bickerstaff do in such a short amount of time at getting kind of the identity of this team. You can already see it moving in a different direction, at least from my purview. I just wanted to be able to get your takeaways already on the differences in between the vibes that you felt last year at this point, training camp, heading into season opener underneath a different and a new coaching staff, and this season as well.
Yeah, I think when you come off of a season like last year where, honestly, things probably couldn't have gotten much worse, there's naturally going to be an optimism coming into the next season. But you couple that with all the change that they had this offseason with a new president and Trajan Langdon, new head coach, JB Bickerstaff. All the young players are a year older. Cade Cunningham, obviously, a year older. So there are some things that are leading to optimism, and with that, just a belief that this team is good enough to move the needle forward. Obviously, last year you had struggles, but I think the confidence level is a bit higher this year. So we'll see how it all manifests. But the vibes through training camp and preseason have been pretty good so far.
Bro, music in the gym, bro. Me and Rob was cracking up at that because even the fans picked up on it too. Like, yo, the vibes are just different. What up, though, Flannel?
Yes. How much of a difference do you think just having JB Bickerstaff here instead of Monty Williams will make for this team?
I think it helps. I think anytime you have a season like last year and you bring a new voice in, that's always going to lend itself to just a different energy and maybe feeling less beholden to what's happened in the past, which was the goal for ownership, was just to completely cut ties with whatever kind of poisoned the well last season, which was likely a combination of different things. But JB's come in, and I think his energy has been infectious for the group. I think he's a coach who has done it at this level a couple times, where he was in Memphis and he had Jaren Jackson Jr. and some younger guys, and they still play pretty well defensively. And we all know what he did in Cleveland, culminating with the second round exit a few months ago. So, you have some, you have a head coach who is energetic, who knows what it takes to get young teams to that next stage. And, it seems like just through the first month, that's been the case so far. They defended well during preseason, and they've all been complimentary of his scheme and the way he's come in and really energized the room.
You love to hear that.
Definitely.
And I know most of Pistons media and Pistons fans are very pro Cade Cunningham, but I think on our show we're even more pro Cade than even most. I consider myself and my co-host Kool-Aid a bit Cade slappies, but you know what? It's fine. But my question to you is this an all-star season loading for Cade Cunningham?
I think his numbers will be in that category. You look at his last 46 games last year after he shook off the rust from shin surgery, and he was putting up about 23 points, 7 assists, low turnovers, good efficiency across the board. And now you couple that with a better roster and him being a year older, a year more experienced. And, I think the idea is that would lend itself to him having at least as good of a season, if not better. What's interesting with Cade, I actually went back just to some of my old stories. He missed training camp and preseason as a rookie due to an ankle sprain. Of course, his sophomore season, he was dealing with the shin injury. So he did play in training camp and preseason, but he was shut down 12 games in, and then he had surgery that December. And then this time last year, he was rehabbing from that surgery. So this is like the first time in his career that he's had a full training camp, a full preseason, and he's been fully healthy the whole time, which, those three things, I talked to him about it the other day, and, he was just talking about feeling maybe a bit more ready, a bit more prepared at this point than he has in the past just because of the injuries. So we'll see what that means, but he has a momentum, I think, right now that he hasn't had at this time of the year just because of his health situation.
Yeah, and I want to be able to make sure that we paint the picture, definitely, because we cover the team in certain capacities, but with Omari Sankofa, you in your capacity with the Free Press, you get the opportunity to actually have even more and deeper one-on-ones with Cade Cunningham, to be able to talk to him, kind of get updates on things of that nature. And so when you do speak on Cade Cunningham, I just want the audience to understand, like, you're able to have these types of conversations with them, and it's able to provide us a even more insight look at what might be going on with the Detroit Pistons star.
Oh, absolutely. He's a guy, since he came, man, he comes in with high expectations, and we've all seen what he could do in stints, but it's just putting together the full 82 games with preseason and training camp that hasn't quite happened for him yet. But, again, we know what he could do. Last season, his numbers really weren't that different from Paolo Banchero. And, I think when it comes to making All-Star or anything else, team record's always going to be a factor. So for Cade, he would need the Pistons to probably win at least twice as many games as they did last year for that to actually be a discussion. But numbers wise, he was there last year. No reason to think he won't be there this year. And a lot of it just comes down to not just him, but what the team could do around him too.
What's up, Omari? Appreciate you being on the show. And I wanted to ask you, what is the biggest area of improvement this Pistons team needs to make in order to reach 30-plus wins? Because there's a lot of excitement around this team right now. A lot of people are getting back on the bandwagon that this team could, push for 30 wins, maybe even a play-in. But the biggest areas of need, coming from last year, a lot of people would say coaching. A lot of people would say shooting. A lot of people would say defense. Some would even say the individual play of players like Jaden Ivey or Jalen Duren. But what is the biggest area of improvement the Pistons need to make in order to reach 30-plus wins this year?
I would say defense. This is a team that's been bottom 6, bottom 7 in defensive rating in the last 4 or 5 seasons. And you're just not going to win that many games being one of the NBA's worst defenses. You got to have, a top 3-4 offense to make up for that. And they haven't had that either. But I think they probably have a quicker path to being average on defense, just because, we saw during preseason that they had a top 5 defensive rating, and it's preseason, that doesn't always carry into the regular season, but there was, I think an organization and want to that we haven't seen in past seasons, and they have not, had that in past seasons. So, we will see, but I think defensively, if they could at least, move toward average, that would go a very long way, because they have players who can put the ball in the hoop. I don't think that would be an issue. You have to be able to defend at least at an average level, I think, for this thing to really move forward.
Yes, and speaking of things that we hope improve for the Pistons and we think will improve, when you look at Detroit sports right now, when you look at the teams that are winning, one of the hallmarks is great assistant coaches. With the Lions, you see it with Ben Johnson. With the Tigers, you see it from pitching coach Chris Fetter. What type of impact can Fred Vinson have on some of these young shooters, and who do you think will benefit most from his tutelage? Because you've seen him work with guys like Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, even guys like Najee Marshall and Herb Jones. Who are a couple of guys from the Pistons who will benefit from Fred Vinson?
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing he brings is just that, him being a shooting guru. You mentioned the players he worked with in New Orleans and Trajan Langdon when he first got in here. One of the first things he did was go and pry Fred Vinson out of New Orleans, because
what a
Trajan
move, man.
Yeah, I mean, he understands that you have to be able to shoot the ball in today's NBA. And they hired Fred Vinson before they had like a head coach. Like, he was an assistant coach for the team that didn't have a head coach, which speaks to how important it was for Trajan to bring him in. But I mean, again, like, we saw Jaden Ivey shoot the ball better during preseason. If that continues, then that's a huge boon, because he's been about 34% for his career. So you bump that up a couple percentage points, and that makes a pretty big difference. You look at a guy like Asar Thompson, who shot 18% from three. He's been working with Vincent last summer, and I mean, if he could become any type of credible threat at all, then that would be a huge turnaround and open things up for him. And you could go up and down the roster. None of the young guys on this team, except probably Sasser, have come out of the gate shooting the ball, at least at an average level. And he could help with all of those things, right? He has a pretty proven track record, and that's something that you may not see the impact this season. It may take a year or two, but he's been working with these guys, and the hope is that everybody he's working with can become at least average in time.
Yeah, and just one more question. Gotta ask you, before the game and the ball tips off, what is your season prediction right now for these Detroit Pistons?
I think they could be, if they have good health, and I think along that you have to compete for 82 games. You can't start winding guys down after the trade deadline for this to happen. But they could be in the 30-win range. I think you look at the East, and you have teams like Brooklyn, you have teams like Washington, who very clearly are going into next season with the expectation that they will lose, and we have a pretty good draft next summer that teams hope will reward them for that losing. So you have a few teams in the East that I think are going to take a step back out of design. The Pistons have a lot to prove with a new front office, new head coach, and the players obviously coming off of last season want to show that this is not them. So
yeah,
if full 82 game season, if they're competing to the end, I think that they could get to 30 wins.
Hey, let's rock, man. That's about, I think, where I was at as well. I've kind of inched that a little bit up since I've seen them playing in preseason. We don't victory lap too much. Flannel Sam is always making sure I don't take too many of those preseason victory laps. But to see some of the improvements, they looked a little bit more connected on defense. I still do believe that will be their biggest question mark to start this season off, is their defense. I want to see them, at least Trajan Langdon from a personnel standpoint, try and get a little bit taller, probably some people with some better measurables to be able to play in that front court as well, to give them a better opportunity to play in that backboard, protect the rim and protect the paint, and reduce the amount of fouls. That's one thing I know B. Stu, he's going to try, but because of the size disadvantage, sometimes he's going to be called for the foul. And so, but with where they're positioned right now, I believe they did so much to bring themselves to a position to show vast improvement. I know a lot of people say doubling your win total is crazy, but I don't believe that they were necessarily a 14-win team last year. And I believe when you look at going into this season, they've done a lot to fill a lot of the different needs. They had a lot of them. So that's why we can still sit here and say, well, they still got to look at the defense, but at least they got the shooting right. At least they got a coach in here that's developing a culture that caters towards making sure these young guys not just develop, but also play the right way as well. Not just going out there and just kind of doing what you get to do. So it's going to be a fun night tonight. I'm hoping that we see all of you all down there at LCA tonight. It's going to be jumping. If there's one thing I know, the home openers for the Pistons, they go crazy. So definitely be there. Thank you for your time, Omari. Any last words, brother?
No, hey, just follow my work over at the Free Press Pistons Post, and it'll be good to see you tonight, Brandon. It'll be good to get to some actual basketball. It's been a long off season, so it'll be exciting. It's
felt like that, man. Can't wait to see you down there, brother. I know you got another appointment. I'll see you down there. It's already looking like I don't know who's showing up for shoot around, but look. But hey, have a good day and be blessed. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, and you know what? We got a lot more on the way. Opening night is tonight, 7 o'clock against the Indiana Pacers. What I love about this is not just that it was displaying opening night, but also they were beating the piss out of the Bucks as well. So that's lovely. That's lovely. Just keep the mojo going, because you know what I know? As much as people want to try sometimes and scoff at the NBA or the Pistons, let them win 2 or 3 games at the beginning of the season and tell me they're not going to be in these chats, just like with the Tigers. When we push back against y'all, then when the Tigers run started, all of a sudden, the chat, the numbers. So that's what we're here for, man. It's not wishy-washy. It's not fair weather. It's full force. That's what we're doing. So much so that we even taking this thing professional. We could just be content creators. Mm-hmm. We taking this thing professional, just like you're about to do with the Red Wings.
Hey, and the reality of the situation is whenever these Detroit sports teams are good, even when they're not, but especially when they're good, there will be a love affair with all of the teams, regardless who they are. And the Pistons, I'm not saying it's all going to come to fruition this year, but like you said, even if they win tonight, how do you think that atmosphere is going to be? It's going to be electric.
It's going to be electric. It's going to be electric, and I can't wait. There's going to be some dignitaries in the building. Hey, let's get into this next. Segment. I know we got Rod on, and DJ Hi Def Stef. He's going to be in studio. That's going to be an interesting one, because this is one of those guys that if you're a Pistons fan and just kind of in basketball world, you see him on the concourse, you see him at some of the charity events and such. But his life outside of that too, it's wild, man. He had a crazy experience. He was one of the official DJs at NBA All-Star Weekend too.
Ooh, if that ain't. That is some pedigree right there.
Steph.
That is some pedigree right there. But you know what else has some pedigree amongst some, particularly in this room, KG and JB Smoove? Dispo, of course. Hey. How would you like to win free bud for a year? That's right, free smoke, weed, reefer, flower, however you refer to your favorite cannabis product. It's your chance to win free cannabis for a year, compliments of Dispo Dispensary. What is that music? I love it.
I love it.
I love this. Damn. Okay. I had to stop the read there to just give. All you have to do is scan the QR code on the screen.
I don't know what that is, though.
And you'll be entered for a chance to win. Don't miss out on this insane giveaway. Sign up today to elevate your game. Dispo Dispensary, your local plug. Must be 21 or older to enter. Terms and conditions apply.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Hey, I know you've heard of Long Drink, that gin-based cocktail, but I've got one here made right here in Michigan, so you can support it locally. Made with all natural ingredients for an even better flavor. It's Taller, the Dutch long drink from New Holland Brewing Company that is shoulders above the rest. Made from New Holland small batch gin, 100% real grapefruit puree for a fresh and delicious flavor for you. It's Taller, your local long drink, so you can support locally as well. And after you grab yourself a Taller, head over to Planet Fitness.
Absolutely.
Or reverse.
I was about to say, my go-to would be to get a morning workout at Planet Fitness before I go out and enjoy some Tollers. But either way is good, because Planet Fitness, whether you're on a budget, whether you just want to be able to work out no matter where you are in the United States, Planet Fitness is for you, because you can get the cheaper membership, or you can upgrade to the Black Card, where you get all of the amenities and you can work out at any location. I believe just nationwide, but that is still pretty darn awesome. And you know what? Every weight's the same no matter where you go. Do you think all these fancy gyms, their 75-pound weights are actually heavier than Planet Fitness's ones? Of course they're not. Of course they're not, as the commercial shows. So Planet Fitness, whether you're on a budget, whether you want to work out wherever, if you just want to get in shape before the holiday season so you can enjoy all of the holiday eats guilt-free, it's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential. What up, though, people, and welcome back. And you know what? Michael Bono, I see you in the chat, brother. And you know what? You ask and ye shall receive. We're going to talk a little bit of football, man. We got a couple segments here to go before we get back into our Woodward Pistons segment, and our special guest shows up as well. But we want to talk a little football. There's some breaking news this morning.
Yes.
As well as we have the legend, Detroit News Rob Beard, on for two segments. The first is just anything that goes with Detroit sports or anything. And then we'll get into more Pistons. So a couple segments of football. And Michael Bodo also says everyone making moves but the Lions.
All days started with Woodward in Maine and the Lions pregame show.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. With 10-plus years of experience and 24/7 availability, scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
They got your back. I'm sorry, dog. I'm cracking up because Chuck Brewer's like, you're back. Move on. No more Lions talk. But then Bodo was like, yay, can we try the Lions segment over again? We're kind of like in this weird mix right now.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let me see if we can get the legend on here as well for this conversation. And we can kind of start up our talk about, just really quickly, everyone's quick thoughts again on the trade that went down between the Titans and the Chiefs. DeAndre Hopkins moving to the Chiefs. Just real quick on that. We'll get everybody's quick thoughts. So I know the stream kind of went a little weird.
Sure, and for all of you requesting it because you guys are heathens, yes, Jared Goff is playing better than Patrick Mahomes. Duh. No shit, Sherlock. If we're doing an MVP vote right now, the only 3 that are in the conversation are Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Jared Goff. Patrick Mahomes does not deserve to be in that. If that's what you guys wanted to hear, that's what I'm here to provide you. However, Patrick Mahomes is getting some reinforcements because DeAndre Hopkins has been traded to the Kansas City Chiefs for a conditional 4th-round pick. And this season, I mean, I'll tell you what, if you're the Chiefs, why wouldn't you make this move? Because they're trying to become the greatest dynasty in NFL history. And right now, all Mahomes and Andy Reid have to accomplish as individuals is keep stacking championships, keep stacking accolades to bolster their GOAT statuses at quarterback and coach, obviously, respectively. And the Chiefs, they lost Rashee Rice for the season. They've played the whole year without Hollywood Brown. Travis Kelce is not the Travis Kelce that he was in his prime. As I mentioned before, and nobody heard it because the stream was down, Xavier Worthy, one of Kool-Aid's godsons.
Let's go.
He's been really good, and he's been a welcome addition, but he is still a rookie. And, of course, Juju Smith-Schuster went down as well. So if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, why not try to bring DeAndre Hopkins to football nirvana when he was in football hell previously, getting passes thrown to him by Will Levis and Mason Rudolph?
Cy said it. Great move by the Chiefs 100. And it's honestly what makes me appreciate the Detroit Lions more, because we see them making winning moves too. They look like how some of these other top organizations look like. And you know what? It shows to me that the Chiefs are not going to rest on their laurels. Yeah. Imagine sitting back and realizing, okay, let's see what the Lions are going to do here. And then they face the adversity and they still look like, oh man, they're still formidable.
Yeah.
You have to go and you got to do something. What are you going to do if you're the Chiefs and you have an opportunity to match up against these Detroit Lions and you are not at full strength? We see the season Patrick Mahomes is having already. They had to do something. KG?
Yeah, they dropping like flies over there, man. They just need bodies. But you can't ask for a better body pause than DeAndre Hopkins, man. And like I said before, he's not the same DeAndre Hopkins that we once knew, but he's still a very productive receiver in this league, and he's been suffering from bad quarterback play. So you pair him with the best quarterback in the league and a system that seems to always work out with receivers. I mean, you look at what they did with Juju Smith-Schuster. They have kind of turned his career around and things of that nature. So him going here, pairing him with Xavier Worthy, I think that's a really good move to at least get them to the playoffs. I mean, God knows what happened between now and then, but right now you got to like this move and what it means for the Chiefs.
Hey, definitely, man. JB, what up, though, before we bring on the legend?
Oh, I just want to add that when it comes to the Lions versus the Chiefs, I'm not concerned. The level of concern is very low. This is a good move for DeAndre Hopkins, moving him over here to Patrick Mahomes. I definitely think this will help him. Hopefully he can resurge his career. Obviously it wasn't the best time out in Tennessee, but now you've got a comparable quarterback that can actually get you the football. So hopefully this will help his career out a little bit more. Maybe he can instill some wisdom to Xavier Worthy as well too. So this is a good move for Hopkins, but I don't know how far adding him will take the Chiefs.
Well, you know what, man? Let's ask the legend, Detroit News, Rod Beard. I call him, that is the sports editor-in-chief for the Detroit News. Absolute legend, an absolute legend of a person. What up, though, brother, on this Detroit Pistons home opening day?
Opening day, let's go.
Let's go, man. Hey, you know what? We got a segment over here with Hi Def Stef. He's in the studio right now. We're going to talk to him a little bit later. We had Omari Sankofa on. It's great to have the legend Rod Beard on, but we want to talk a little bit of this football, just some of the news that kind of popped up. DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs and Matthew Stafford noise to the Vikings?
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford back to the NFC North? What?
Yeah.
That sounds disgusting. I don't know if anybody else saw some of those reports. I saw Dov Kleiman was one of the first to report that as well. Ew. I don't even know how I feel about that all the way yet. But if he's here, get rid of him.
I think that is just an ew. Just a why? Why are we doing that?
Goodness gracious. Final Sam, man, did you hear about this news about Stafford potentially to the Vikings?
I did. And I know that is just a rumor right now, but that would be something.
That would be something.
I do think, though, that he is an upgrade over Sam Darnold, who is having a good year, but you saw a couple moments where the Vikings could have used a better quarterback, like somebody who could have saw Aaron Jones wide open on the other side of the field and instead threw it to Jordan Addison, which was picked off by Brian Branch. I'm just saying.
Just saying. But hey, you know, moves are being made all around the NFL. It seems like to me from the offseason to now, I just don't remember a time where the NFL was so trade heavy. And I don't believe that the NFL is safe to just kind of rest on what they think they have, even while the Lions are going through some adversity. I just want to be able to get your quick take on what you saw from these Detroit Lions playing that first full game without Aiden Hutchinson, and now they got a little bit more adversity with the Jamison Williams news.
Yeah, playing without Ayton is what we thought it would be. And that's why I said go get multiple guys. Don't just focus on one guy to fill that position. Go get multiple guys because your pass rush cannot be lacking, especially if you're going to have a Stafford in the division now for that last game of the season that could decide home field advantage, could decide the division winner. There could be a lot at stake. So you don't want to mess around when you have this window and this opportunity where, with all the wide receiver injuries in San Francisco and everything else that's gone on, are the Lions the best team in the NFC? Yes, they are. They very much are. Don't blow this opportunity. Go and get whatever players that you need on that defensive line. Go get Cooper Kupp. If you feel like the Rams are going to give up everything else, go get Cooper Kupp too. Make it happen.
Man, all of the reinforcements. I like to hear that. So when you watch that game, I want to further the Aiden Hutchinson first game since he was out for a full game conversation. Were you more happy with how the defense played, that they did enough, or were there too many moments where it's like, man, Sam Darnold's got all day to throw? Which one was your more which did you think more of during that game?
That's a good question.
Sam Darnold is not Lamar Jackson. He should not have time nor room to run. Go get that dude. No, it's the defense can make plays, but your linebackers cannot create the pressure, and you can't blitz all the time. You're just going to get picked apart in certain situations. So defensively, you're going to be okay, but you need to be better than okay. You are the best team in the NFC. You have to take advantage of this opportunity. And on the other side of the ball, you're just going to try to outscore people now. If you can't defensively hold people under 20, you're just going to have to outscore them. And you can put up, we talked about the easy 47 the previous week. This wasn't an easy 31, but it was, the offense performed very well when they needed to. Once they got on track, they just moved the ball.
Rod, I want to ask you, speaking of the offense, there's been some talk at this network and even amongst the national media, Jared Goff, MVP candidate.
Ooh.
Right now, Rod Beard, is Jared Goff the MVP frontrunner for the National Football League?
He is not. That is Lamar Jackson, and he should be. But Jared Goff is in that discussion now, and that's not something that we thought at the beginning of the year that we would even be talking about, is him and MVP in the same sentence. But he's played that well. He's been efficient. We've talked ad nauseum about the perfect starts in the first half, 12 for 12, the 18 for 18. But that's what he has to be. He can't turn the ball over. He can't throw it to the other team. He's got to be just as solid as he can, and the defense is going to have to be better. And again, what's the goal? It's the Super Bowl here. You're talking about the highest of the high. He's got to play at that level for the Lions to be in that discussion.
Yeah, and you know what? Talking about another guy who's getting a lot of press right now, Brian Branch. When Kirby Joseph a couple weeks ago said that Brian Branch is probably the best player he's ever played with, and he's seen him do things he's never seen, a lot of people said, all right, that's cute. They're on a run, but whatever. We put out there, hey, is this the best safety tandem in the league? Early on, people said that's cute. Now the national media, like Mina Kimes, is saying things like, hey, Brian Branch is the best player, the best defensive player in football. You know, talk to me about Brian Branch. What do you think he is right now as it relates to this kind of defensive player of the year award? It's crazy that we were just sitting here saying that Aiden Hutchinson was one of those guys that was well on his way. And now with him gone, Brian Branch is able to not just step up because he's been playing lights out all season, but it allows him to be able to have this spotlight shined on him a little bit more too.
Right. It just says you have multiple levels of this defense and the layers that are there on the line with Hutchinson, and now you're talking about Branch. But you need more than one person to carry your defense. It can't just be we've got a superior pass rush and we just don't have anything on the back end of that. You've got to have both. So again, I say they go out and get somebody else. But Brian Branch has been playing just off the charts, and even the scoop six that he should have had, in addition to everything else, would have just been maddening just to see all of that at the same time. He's just off the charts right now.
Yes, he is. And speaking of somebody who was playing off the charts, but there's a bit of an issue right now, Jamison Williams. Mm-hmm. What was your first reaction when you heard the news that he's facing a 2-game suspension for performance-enhancing substances?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? You are playing. We've joked about he's catching the ball now, and unless it's something that's helping his vision, I don't know why you're taking anything else. You're such a key to this team and the success that they're having. And it goes week to week. It's Sun God one week, it's J-Mo the next week. We haven't even seen a Laporta week where he's had to be the guy. But again, that's balanced. We talked about it on the defensive end. Now you're seeing it on the offensive end. 2 games is not the end of the world, but J-Mo has got to be a better decision maker than that.
Yeah, definitely. And just one more before we get into this next segment, Rod. Max Crosby. It looks like he's trying to throw a little bit of water on the fire that the Detroit fans, media, and whoever else has stoked up about the potential of Max Crosby to the Lions. But then there's more rumors that come out that actually behind the scenes, his family is trying to get him to Detroit, actually. The Max Crosby stuff. Is this a dream that we should just let go? Or should Detroit Lions fans let their voices be heard? Because it's crazy when you hear Max Crosby himself say, bro, there's a movement going on.
No, it is you really want people here who want to be here. And if he doesn't want to be here, let's move on to the next guy. Let's Hendrickson, whoever else that you want to look at. But you can't upset the balance in the locker room that you've got with people who don't want to be here and who can mess things up and a bad attitude and focusing on themselves. And we've heard Brad Holmes say that. We want people who are not going to focus on themselves, but are going to be in the team concept of things. And if Max Crosby isn't that right now, then it's just not the right move right now. And it's okay. I don't know why you would want to be with the Raiders and stay with the Raiders, but
we don't know either.
you could very easily come home and be on a team that could be heading to a good playoff run here. So up to each his own.
I don't know, Ryan. I felt like somebody was on the other side of the camera holding up cue cards. And some type of Raiders personnel like, hey, bro, it don't work like this.
Cue cards with the knife. This is what you're supposed to say.
Blink twice if you need help, Max. We'll come and get you.
Yes.
Blink twice.
Yes. And for the record, before I get to my last question, for the people who are in the chat right now who are basically just being a wet blanket to the Max Crosby dreams, I ask why. Because Aiden Hutchinson's literally out for the season. The only time he would be back is for the Super Bowl. So there's going to have to be a move to be made if the Lions are going to get to their peak expectations, whether you guys like it or not. And Max Crosby, who wants to be a Raider right now, as you said, Rod Beard. So I'm going to continue to dream until the trade deadline gets here.
Yep.
No, it's like when you go to the expensive mall and you turn the tag and you look at something. What's it going to cost to get Max Crosby? Is it multiple ones? Is it something that you're not willing to pay? The one benefit there is that Max Crosby has time left on his contract. So this isn't a one-year rental like we're used to in the NBA. This is you would get him for a couple of years. And paired with Hutch, come on, man, that would be nasty for the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's got me thinking unspeakable things, but that's another story for another day. Unspeakably good. But before we let you go, especially because we got a lot of Michigan fans in the house, and we've got a Sparty and JB Smooth. How confident are you that Michigan beats Michigan State this Saturday night at the Big House?
Not at all. 0%. 0%. Not even 1%.
Put your hands down, JB.
0.0%. They are not winning this game. They are not winning this game.
Damn.
Look at JB. That's our resident Sparty.
It's not happening.
I can't even be mad. I can't. I'm more confident than you are, Rod, but I can't be mad at that.
And we got to set the stage. Alum, right? Michigan alum. Go Blue.
Michigan alum.
You've covered Michigan sports, right?
Covered Michigan sports.
That's on the back wall with the Michigan lanyard. But you just being real about it.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I am. If you know
true.
anything about me, I am not going to BS you. I'm going to give you exactly what I think, and it's not going to be sugarcoated. Michigan cannot settle on a quarterback, and this has been something they've known since the offseason, and they haven't done anything to improve it. Unless you're going to put and Dr. Frankenstein something together and put Orgy's legs and Davis Warren's arm and Tuttle's brain and experience, I don't know how you make this work.
I don't even know if that's a good quarterback. I'm being honest, yeah. But that's why you have no confidence. I get it.
Michael Bono says, I like Rod. He's level-headed and tells it like it is. And you know what? We got another segment with him.
Yes, we do. Pistons home opening day. What a day.
Let's go.
Yes.
That's right. What bills we got to pay real quick, JB Smooth?
Lady Jane's.
Hey, you know what? That is me. Walk in any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a $20 haircut special, scalp massage. hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. All you got to do is take advantage of our $20 haircut special by scanning wherever the QR code is, somewhere on the screen. Y'all find it before me. Just go ahead and scan it so you get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You and I pay our bills. Unlike my opponent, Dave Coulter, I won't take advantage of my job because I work for you. I'm Nick Jonai, and by the way, I do pay my water bills on time, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Nick Jonai for Oakland County.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Hey, I gotta tell you guys about Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. All you gotta do is scan that QR code on screen, use code Woodward1000. You can deposit up to $1,000, and all you gotta do is place a minimum $20 bet, and if it doesn't hit, they will throw that right back into your account.
What?
No
You making me
questions
money
asked.
even if I lose?
Exactly.
Hey.
Even if you lose.
That's a deal.
But guarantee you, you're not gonna lose. Caesar Sportsbook, official sportsbook of us here at Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code, use Woodward1000. You know what? Make some money today.
Make some money. What up, though, people? Welcome back. It's Wake Up Woodward. You know, we didn't do this right either. Shout out to Detroit's #1 draft pick in the sound booth. That is KG, a.k.a. Black Hollywood.
What Dragon Ball dude.
Hey, bro, he got the gold lambskin
silk
do-rag on today.
Here you go,
Look
man.
at my man, Black Hollywood.
I'm just trying to live, man. Just trying to live.
My man is going to be right for it tonight, man, for the home opener, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
you know
let's
it.
rock. Woodward Sports is MVP in the TD booth. That is JB Smooth. You look like you're ready for home opener tonight.
Man, I'm more than ready for home opener. I'm ready to hit the court. Like, let's go. Put me in, JB.
JB trying to run.
JB, I'm trying to hoop.
Trying to hoop. I like it, man. DJ Hi Def Stef is in the building. His segment is just on the way. I can't wait. It's going to be like a pep rally, man. We're going to get hype. Flannel Sam, it's your boy Brandon Dan, a.k.a. Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. And you know what? We got to bring the legend back on. This is a guy who I've seen from the front of a Pistons press conference honored. They were like, oh, even after he had left the beat. And he just came to just hang out with us. And they were like, oh, you know what? We're going to give the first question to Rod Beard.
Hey,
Shout out to Rod, man. The legend. Let's get him drum roll back in here, man. Hey, yo. Shout out and welcome to the legend, Detroit News Rod Beard. What up, though? It is Pistons home opener, man. Let's go. Woodward Pistons.
Home opener, Pacers. Hey, let's go. It's Wednesday. We got everything. We got everything lined up to be right for it to be on a Wednesday too.
Talk your talk. You know what? Just take it right on the way. We did, man. That's awesome. The basketball guys, they're already working. Just take it away with Rod's thoughts, man. And shout out to you and Cody too.
I'm going to put a little bit of water on the optimism that people have, and it is the same thing. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think. This may not be a 30-win team, but they will be better. Now, let's revisit this after the first 10 or 15 games, and I can give you a better sense. 15 games, if they're 5-10 or better, we can talk after that. But I don't want to hear the 30 wins. This is a play-in team or playoff team. You can't tell me that right now. I'm just not ready to make that level of commitment.
You know what? If this was years past, Rod, I probably would be like, you know what? They're ready to finally do this thing. But even I actually have predicted the lowest win total of the entire cast here. At first, it was 28. Then I moved it up to 30. They've gotten me to kind of say, okay, they can get 30 plus. But I keep hitting the same exact wall because we've seen them make the right moves before, and it still didn't work out. We've seen them go and try and get the right vets. And even though we saw a flamethrower, Bojan Bogdanovic, for one season, unfortunately, Cade Cunningham was out that season after game 12. Beef Stew injured his toe and it's been lingering for like the seasons after that. Jaden Ivey and Dan Durant, they were not at all what we thought they were going to be at that point in time. They were coming off the bench. And so the only time that we had to really kind of see this thing work, everything fell apart. And we thought that our young players would have the capability to be what we seen Orlando do. But when you got J.B. Bickerstaff and Trajan Langdon in here, it really shined a light on just how much organization and how much the processes, how much being able to understand what's being conveyed and having a plan for everything matters. Having that singular voice matters. So it's like, you know what? Like you, I do believe that the foundation is much better. We talk about building that house. Much better. No cracks. They excavated. They dug it all up and they repoured the concrete. And I do believe it's a better foundation. But I do stop just short of believing they're going to be in that play-in. I got high optimism. They're going to look better, but I'm kind of with you. What about you, Flannel?
I want to ask you, Rod, because you brought it upon yourself to be the wet blanket. So I got to, and that's okay, by the way. That's okay. But I have to ask you this: is there something that could happen throughout the season? Like, is there a wins floor where if they went under that, you'd be very concerned?
A floor? No. I mean, because it's if you go on 17-14, it's sort of, well, you have nowhere to go but up. If they win less than 20, I might be a little concerned because you want to see some progression in this. But it is also, you have a new coach, you have a new scheme that you're bringing in. The chemistry of these vets just aren't bench guys, your 12th and 15th guy. These are guys who have to play considerable roles. Malik Beasley has to play a considerable role. Hardaway does. Tobias obviously does. If you have a big injury, it could contribute to something like that. But just in a general sense, everybody's healthy. Everything is rolling along, and they are under 20 wins at the end of the year. I'd be concerned about that.
Yeah, me too. This is a team that needs to look discernibly different. I believe that a lot of people are saying, don't lose that sub 20. But I like this, the exercise that you do, and we've done this the previous three seasons, I believe, where we just look at the bottom five. Can they be better than those bottom five? And that's another component where people are getting some optimism. And I do believe with you, we generally take the exercise. Let's get the game 15, 20. Let's see them through their first road trip. Let's see the type of identity, because you kind of get some long drawn conclusions out of that. Last season, that beginning of the season sunk them. They sunk. They started off with a little bit of physicality. One of the big men got injured. I believe it was Duran's ankle. It was Duran's ankle. They start off with a good defensive efficiency. They were talking about playing physical, and they just never got it back going after that at all. Cade Cunningham, Bojan Bogdanovic, people who started missing time and such. And so they just had the worst of mojo last year. This year, I do believe that they're much more insulated against that type, but it is very important for them to take the start of this season serious. Even if you're losing, you need to see that there are gains. You need to see when you're looking at the metrics that you're moving in the right direction from a defensive standpoint and offensive flow. You got more shooters. You have more, I think, not necessarily a higher IQ room, but a little bit more mature room that's going to be available to play. That's probably the biggest thing to me, is that these vets like Tobias Harris, like you said, they're going to be there, but they do have to perform as well.
Yeah, and let's play that game again. Here are the 5 teams you have to be better than, probably in the East. The Bulls, possible. The Nets, probable.
Yeah.
The Wizards, possible.
Finally
Raptors.
Be better than the Wizards. Oh my gosh, please.
Yeah. The Raptors, you can see that happening, possibly. And the Hornets.
Yep. That Raptors one, Cade. You're going to have to be better than Scotty, who's now leading that Raptors team. And then you said the Hornets?
The Hornets.
See, dog, Rod, I'm not trying to...
Goodness, Rod. He's a good move, Rod.
They have to be better than those teams, though, right? They have to be.
They have to be. So in that sense, you can make a way that it can happen, But you got to be better than those 5 teams. The Bulls, okay. The Wizards, number 1 sort of pick, number 2 with what's his name? Alexandre, you got to be better than him. So it can happen. You need some things to go your way. You need Tobias to be very good, and you probably need Jaden Ivey to be a 17-point-a-game contributor and starting and playing well. And that's entirely possible. So, I mean, I won't rain on your parade, but I'll give you some overcast, cloudy sort of situation on what the season can be. Maybe I won't be a full rain. Maybe
I'm so glad that you brought up Jaden Ivey because I want to ask you this. When you hear Jaden Ivey shot over 50% from 3 in the preseason, is that something or nothing?
Something, because it's real games. This isn't just Drew League stuff and something that doesn't matter, that doesn't have the controlled environment that we're talking about. It's something, but you've got to stretch that out. It's not going to be 50, unrealistic. Can it be 38 to 42? Potentially, yeah. But again, where was he for most of the preseason? He kind of split that starting role and coming off the bench a little bit. And I think that may be what you have to do with him is kind of find what that right spot for him, that sweet spot for him is, where he's able to thrive and able to do what he does best, and give him a lineup that he can work completely and be himself within.
Man, you know what? That's heat. Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers tonight at LCA, 7 o'clock. Rod, the Detroit Pistons have fared well in their last 2 home openers, despite the odds. What you got them doing tonight, man? You know it's going to be rocking down there. It's a tough opponent in the Pacers. Hey!
They're going to get a dub.
Let's go!
I think they get a dub. I think they get a dub to start the season. They've got to.
Oh, you know what? We're ending on a dub. Are you back with us, Rod?
Yep.
There we go.
We're ending on a dub.
Hey, we'll end it on a dub. Thank you, man. A couple great segments as well. Football talk, Pistons talk. And you know what? Like we said, home opener tonight. Want to see you guys all out there. But definitely, you guys, put your love in the chat for Detroit News. Rod Beard, sports editor-in-chief from the Detroit News. Shout out to Cody Davis as well. It's his first regular season game with the Detroit Pistons. He's been doing great work to this point. And shout out to you guys, too, in the content, man. Didn't know if you wanted to get an opportunity to plug that before we sign off.
Yeah, we're doing a little Pistons blog or Pistons podcast on the Detroit News. Nothing, no official name or anything, but just to get some additional content, give Cody an opportunity because he's had an extensive podcasting background. So we want to try to capitalize on that as much as we can.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like I said, great people doing great things and making sure that you guys get all your sports coverage from a plethora of angles. Definitely support the Detroit News and their great staff over there. Thank you for your time. As always, to the legend, Detroit News, Rod Beard. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Rod.
Gentlemen, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. And
Thanks,
I got to tell you guys how to fuel up your Detroit sports fandom. It's with the perfect cup of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. You got to become a subscriber, all right? Whether you're gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake and unwind. Support local and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Hey, listen up. Now, more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance to make sure that your current carrier they're not slipping in anything extra, all right? They got you.
Take that.
You see, they got you covered. They got you protected, man. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698, or visit them online, SwissINS.com, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you. What up, though, people? We are back, talking all Detroit sports, and you know what? It's time for our special guest. You got that first video? We'll run that video, and then we'll introduce Mr. DJ Hi Def Stef in the building, man. Pistons pep rally type of flow. I like it.
The last home game of the season, I had to come see my guy DJ Hi Def Stef, man. Hey. Last home game of the season, boy. Last home game, let's go.
Man, hey, DJ Hi Def Stef is in the building. One of the more consistent faces and people that I've probably seen over, now this is my 4th season, man, covering the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm glad to have
Thank
you
you
in
for
the
having me. I
building. Got the
appreciate
Detroit
y'all
versus everybody on.
Yeah.
What up, though, brother?
Yeah, what up, though?
Hey, chilling, man, chilling. You know what? Before we get into the Pistons world of it all, because you are one of the official DJs for the Detroit Pistons and the Motor City Crews, just tell the people a little bit more about who you are as a person as well as the DJ world.
I'm actually a pretty shy person, to be honest with you, a very private person, even though I have a very public type of career in DJing, but I love what I do. It's something I always wanted to do my entire life and only do that pretty much my entire adult life, and now I get to kind of live out a dream, and I'm incredibly blessed and humbled by it.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
You know, we got some pictures as well. Just
yeah?
from man. And I know JB, he's gonna make sure they go up as we talk, because I like to make sure that people understand, you know, the guests that we have, the lives that you live, at least on your professional front, and you've had the opportunity to meet a lot of different people, as well as that NBA All-Star experience, bro. You got to talk to me about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, a very close friend of mine, his wife is from Indianapolis, her hometown. And so she's a very big socialite, sort of in that, you know, in that space. She went to Purdue. And they asked me if I wanted to do some events during All-Star Weekend. And I'm like, well, of course. You know, when I'm going to say no.
With the commish.
Yeah, the weird part about it is I had been booked to do a wedding on Valentine's Day in Florida for like a year at that time. And I was like, man, you know, I got to be in Florida, you know, on Valentine's Day. I think it might have been like a Wednesday or a Thursday or something. And we were trying to make the flight situation work. And I got on the internet and found a flight right out of Destin. It was so hard to fly in and out of Destin, Florida, because it's like a real small airport. It's probably the size of this building right here. It's not a very big airport. You kind of walk in and you walk out. But we got the flight together. I got in there as soon as I got in. We got to my first event, and you know, it was like, it felt real good to be in Indianapolis. It was nice and kind of mild my first day there. Yeah. But the crazy part is the very next day, the temperature just fell off a cliff, and then they got like record levels of snow. So it's like our Uber drivers and stuff that were like driving us around. They were like, man, it ain't snowed like this in 2 or 3 years here. Maybe even longer than that. In the building, huh? Yeah, it felt like, we brought Detroit to the building. So, you know, it was just an incredible experience. I got to meet a lot of people. You know, the NBA had set up a lot of different activations and stuff for fans at like the convention center, sort of like the equivalent to our Cobo Hall or Huntington Place, right? They had the fan experiences there. I met a bunch of DJs that I kind of know from the space, the NBA and G League and stuff. So it was good to kind of see them in person and, you know, just talk a little bit about the space in general and just, you know, doing what we love. And, you know, and then I got invited to and one event that Ben Wallace was doing.
Hey,
they were making
Sam up here is
Ben
Wallace's biggest fan.
Yeah, so look, they were making a documentary about him, and it was like a real short documentary. It was probably 20 minutes, but it was about basically his journey from being sort of an undrafted player to, you know, all the way into the Hall of Fame. And I got to meet him. I got a jacket. The Tom Hopkins 20th anniversary championship jacket. Yeah, shout out to Tom Hopkins. The jacket didn't even drop yet. Shout out to my boy Drew for sending me that care package to Indianapolis. So I got the jacket, and then it just so happened like you were there, I'm there, I got the jacket, and then I was sitting at the bar with my wife, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna ask him to sign this jacket. And I didn't have a Sharpie. So I asked the bartender, I said, please tell me you have a Sharpie. And she was like, oh, yeah, we got one. So I just went over there and asked him if he signed my jacket. One of the Pistons videographers, Maul, he was right there. He was like, hold up, Steph, we got to get this on camera. And then we caught that incredible moment of him signing my jacket and stuff. That was like one of the most memorable days of my life. I grew up watching that team. And I remember when they won the championship in 2004. I was right downtown with everybody else standing on top of my car.
And you were DJing the event while they were honoring them at LCA. I remember that as well.
Yeah.
You, Ty, remember Kev?
Yes, so they brought the entire championship team back. It was Darvingham, Lindsey Hunter, Tayshaun, everybody. And I got most of them to sign my jacket. There's still a few names on that team that I didn't get to get signed. That's my ultimate goal. I got to have a complete team on that jacket. Yeah,
definitely.
That was a good day, though.
Hey, and you know what? We got the Pistons on the way. You got to tell the people what they're in store for tonight, because you kind of get some behind the scenes knowledge with your proximity to the Pistons. Tell the people what's going on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate them, allowing me to come on here and talk about this. So the doors open 90 minutes before tip-off, 7 o'clock tonight, 5:30. So in addition to getting to see me perform right outside the team store, you got the dancers. You got the dancers and Extreme Team coming up there with me. It's usually a party-type atmosphere up there, very family-friendly. So today we're going to have some fun with that. So I encourage everybody to get there when the doors open. Not only is it easier to get a parking spot, you just get to enjoy all of the activations and stuff that the team, puts together and works really hard on, all of the other stuff outside of the game itself. So every fan's going to get a Picks Mob light-up bracelet today when they walk through the door. And then there's going to be a T-shirt on every seat in the arena. And every seat. Courtesy
not just the lower bowl. You said every seat.
Every single seat.
Let's go.
Every single seat in the arena. So that's courtesy of Michigan First Credit Union. Shout out to them. Before every game we do a rev up. We'll have a special guest that does the rev up. Today it'll be Skilla Baby. So if you were at the Pistons Land Get Out the Vote event the other day, he gave us a nice performance along with Lil Baby. Showed up. That whole event was very nice. Shout out to everybody that helped put that event on, including the city of Detroit, community and social responsibility team, Chris Economist, how you doing? Aaron Michael Johnson,
hey Chris,
shout out. Whole bunch of other names I don't want to forget, but y'all forgive me. We got that, and then halftime, we got Lay Banks, we got LC Danger, and we got Sky Jetta doing a halftime performance. So it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be jumping.
And then the one thing that everybody is really looking forward to is obviously the fans coming out and bringing the energy that we know that they bring. So we appreciate y'all. We hope to see you. Remember, get there when the doors open.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to ask you this question. As a DJ, describe that feeling when you're gonna have tonight at 5:30 when you have what you know is just a fire playlist and you see everybody in the room enjoying the music. Describe that feeling.
Man, that feels better than what I can say on air.
He like,
you understand. You understand, yeah. No, but if you ask any DJ, that is one of the best feelings on planet Earth. It's one of the reasons that people get into DJing. Like, I really enjoy seeing other people enjoy music. A lot of times, like when I'm DJing, I feel like I'm one of you guys, right? So I feel like I'm out there enjoying, what the event, the party, or whatever it is, along with you. So, anytime you play a song and then you cut the song off midstream and then you see people singing the words to the top of their lungs, man, it just feels so good. It is validation for us. Like, okay, I know I'm doing the right thing. I know I got them.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen it. I see DJs, they have good sets, they're good. But when I see you, it almost feels like, this guy is so technically a great DJ. But he's over there looking like, yo, I'm in the mood. Like, I'm a fan. I'm putting on the playlist that I want to rock to.
Yeah, I get into it, man. It doesn't matter if it's 5 people, 5,000 people. I bring the same energy every time because I actually enjoy the job itself. Like, it doesn't even really feel like work. It just feels like I'm having a good time every time I get to touch my turntable. So I enjoy it.
Let's rock.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
And hopefully another thing that can give you feelings that are better than we all know what.
Yeah.
The Detroit Pistons, hopefully. So,
right.
What are your expectations for them this season? Are you more on the optimistic side, maybe like 30-plus wins, or are you more cautious to where we've been hurt before, we don't want to get hurt again?
I'm the wrong person to ask me. I'm a hopeless romantic. When it comes to the team. No, I grew up, like I said, I grew up watching the team. It's my favorite team out of all the Detroit sports teams.
I feel you.
So that's why I say it's like such a dream to be able to get to be here and work for the team to do these types of things. But I come in every year with lofty expectations. I hope we make the playoffs. I hope we make a run in the playoffs. I mean, the Tigers just made an impossible run. You see how the Lions turn things around. So I feel like every year we come in here, it's like, yeah, we can do this.
It's more than a slogan. It's more than just Detroit versus everybody in the shirt. Like, this is who you are, man. You're going to go for yours.
Yeah, and I think really, wins or losses, I just feel like it's a testament to the culture that the organization has built. Like, it feels good to walk into, like, I don't work in the office every day, but I mean, basically in the arena, I consider that an extension of the office. Everybody is great to work with, and so when you have that type of environment, that type of culture, and you get to work with people that also enjoy being there, you don't have a choice but to kind of feel hopeful about the prospects of the team.
I'm glad you said that as well, too, because most people wouldn't call the gym an office, but you handle your business, and that's what I like about you. It's like, this is still business. I'm walking in, this is my office. And you set up, and I think that's why the sets definitely rock the way they do. You, DJ Chachi, and DJ Preview as well. But to set the stage right out the gate at one of the more busy places that people are entering, the basketball shot, the team store, the cheerleaders and everything, man. It's epic, and I'm telling you guys, you want to be in the building for it.
Yeah, we got the best pregame concourse in the entire league. So I challenge any other team to put up what we do on the concourse every day. Like, it really is a party. A lot of the fans, they come and enjoy. They stand around. They participate with the dancers and Extreme Team. We got the JIT team too. It's a lot of stuff that fans can do. As soon as the doors open. And of course the team store is right there, and a lot of times, and this is just my experience, they got a lot of stuff in that team store that you can't get anywhere else. So if you want to get there and get some exclusive merch or something like that, just get there at 5:30 and come get some merch, man. Come see me. That's right. That's what. Yeah.
That's right. Hey, any last words for the people, man? Appreciate you for taking the time out your day. I know it's a busy day. I know it's a lot going on. Yeah. But any last words for the people?
Just a big thank you to everybody that supports me. I couldn't do this or be here or do any of this stuff without you, and you all know who you are. And I hope to see all of you fans here today at 5:30. Again, I'm right outside the team store. We got light up Pix Mob bracelets for every fan that walks through the door. T-shirts on every seat, courtesy of Michigan First Credit Union. We got Skilla Baby doing the Rev Up pregame, and we got a fire halftime show with Lay Banks, Sky Jetta, and LC Danger, the kid DJ extraordinaire.
Let's go. And you know what? Greg B29, DJ Hi Def Stef rules. I saw you getting some love, and you know what? People love the humility as well.
Yeah,
because you can brag a lot. I told the guys.
Yeah, I don't. I try not to, just because. You know what? The thing is, I feel like when you do a lot of stuff and you're successful at it, people are gonna. Not all people, but a lot of people will have reason to not like you just because. So you can't really give them any ammunition to make it easier for them to not like you. So I just try to it doesn't help me to brag about anything. Like, I kind of just try to let the work speak for itself. And, cool, I'm just blessed, man. Like, I don't,
it's cool to see the chat lighting up for you. It's cool to see the chat lighting up for you, including,
I appreciate that.
One Mr. Corey Woods, who says,
my man.
Steph is the Pistons DJ, hands down.
I appreciate that.
Shout out to our brother Corey.
Shout out Corey Woods.
We love it, man.
We love it.
Yeah.
Tonight's going to be a movie. All
Very
the dignitaries are going to be there.
Yep.
I can't wait, bro.
I can't wait either, man. Seriously.
We're all in the building.
I love it.
Thank you, man. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate y'all having me here.
Stay humble. Continue to crush
Only
everything,
way it can
bro.
Yep.
And continue to be a great person. Thank you, Steph.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Hey, you know what? Let's pay some bills. and let's get right back into it.
Absolutely. Mark White, of course, somebody who's hops on that old commercial would definitely lend him to being a help for the Pistons, but we'll see if those are actually has those in real life. Anywho, dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White & Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
You and I pay our bills. Unlike my opponent, Dave Coulter, I won't take advantage of my job because I work for you. I'm Nick Jonai, and by the way, I do pay my water bills on time, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Nick Jonai for Oakland County.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has a new limited time offer just in time for this football season. Soroki's is debuting their fresh signature flavored wings. Grab your friends, order a New York style pizza, and add fresh wings for the games this weekend. Try one of their 7 different flavors. Visit their website at sorokis.com.
And we are back. What up, though, people? It is Wake Up Woodward. We appreciate you guys for choosing to kick off the day with the WUW Crew. Shout out to that dude, Justin. Shout out to our brother, Matthew Broder. We love you, man. Intern Chase. Got KG in the sound booth. Detroit's #1 draft pick. WUW Sports MVP in the TD booth. That's JB Smooth. The vet of the squad, Flannel Sam. It's your boy Kool-Aid, the credential Pistons reporting writer for the network. We still got Hi Def just hanging out, man.
Yeah,
like I said, you got a lot of love from the chat. Because I think people just like good people, man. So definitely
I
continue
agree.
to be
Yeah,
exactly that. I want to jump in, though, a little bit earlier today. Until you want to spark up a little earlier today?
Absolutely.
Mr. JB Smooth?
Let's do it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's do it.
Where did this fall?
And now it's time for the most electrifying segment on the internet. Bum, bum, bum. It's What's Trending with JB. Live on Wake Up Woodward.
Coming to the stage, Jay Bizzle.
Hey,
let's rock.
What's up, fellas? What's going on? Shout out to Hi Def Stef chilling with us once again.
You sound too happy about that. Must be because of all this Michigan State stuff that you saw.
Must be.
That's our only
go
story
green.
on the show. Right?
Go green.
Oh, come on,
Go
Steph.
green.
Come on, Steph.
Go green.
See, there we go. My go green guy right there.
Go white. You know we here.
See, he knows what's up, cool. You guys know what's about to happen
We might
this
have
weekend.
to have you here for the watch party, man.
I'll be here. Just call me. I'll be here.
See?
Yeah. Michigan State is family.
See, got another guy in my
Shout
corner.
out LaRonda Burley.
Right there.
Go blue.
Got another guy in my corner right
Megan
there. I know
Hogan.
we started off today talking about DeAndre Hopkins getting traded to Flannel's Chiefs, but did
Not
you
my
guys see?
Chiefs.
Did you guys see this breaking news as well too? Apparently, Devontae Adams is getting traded to the Giants so he can lose to the Steelers once again this weekend. I don't know if you guys seen that though, but just had to throw that out there so you guys know.
You know what? when he tracked down, I forgot the Steeler defender at the 1 yard line. That was actually pretty big time. That was, but yeah.
Just a sad day. A sad time for Devontae Adams. Sorry about that. But you know what? Since it is basketball season starting up, Pistons starting out, guys, just know, if you play basketball in socks, you are going to have a bad time.
What are we about to... Why? Come on, G.
No! Yeah, I saw that.
What?
No!
Come on,
bro. Come on. Why? What?
Come on, dog.
Like you saw it happening before it happened, right, KG?
Yeah, man. It was never gonna work out well for him, though. What was you thinking, my dog? Like, I don't know, man. Kids.
And you know he ain't got no hops. It's like, what are you doing? You trying to go?
Bro, you can't do that with the grippy socks. You got to at least have the grippy socks.
Yeah, you gotta get them hospital socks.
Yeah.
He was trying to impress the girls that was right there, but just didn't go his way.
He wasn't gonna make it regardless.
Put your shoes on.
You can never impress the girls in socks.
But
Right?
to say, just put your shoes on, and I still don't think he would have gotten that.
Nah.
I mean, it didn't look
That's
like.
what I'm talking about.
Not that you can judge when he slipped before he even had a chance, but something tells me that he wouldn't have been able to complete the dunk anyway.
He would have front rim that motherfucker.
The size of his calves give that away.
I mean, that's not what I was thinking. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just stereotyping. I mean, if you do this in socks, man, I just assume that you have some other life deficiencies.
And
That's
I'm
all.
always impressed at how nobody ever helps the person who just wiped out.
They just look at
it.
him.
Yeah. They just like, oh man, that's tough, bro. Better luck next time.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next time. Better luck next time as well. And like I said, it is basketball season, and someone else that Flannel is a fan of, just know, Rook, you better make sure you're at the game.
Why is LeBron getting more likable? I like that, LeBron. I can't even lie.
Yeah, this was hilarious. I think they did something like this to Jaden Ivey, or was it Azar last season? Yeah. Oh, so it was Sasser. Oh, yeah. They filled it up with popcorn. It was hilarious. It's a nice gag.
Look at that. I know that dad look anyway.
Clean up my driveway.
I wonder what the detailing bill is on something like that.
Right.
Yeah. I don't even know.
He gonna be pulling Fruity Pebbles out of his is that, a Lambo?
Goodness.
The yours, what is that?
Like
he never gonna get all of the Fruity Pebbles out of the car. It's not happening.
No. Make sure you clean that shit up too before I get home.
My God. And to answer the questions in the chat, no, I cannot dunk. I've never been able to dunk. I can barely jump over a phone book, but just so you know. But I'll tell you what, whether you like him or them or the story or not, it was pretty cool to see LeBron and Bronny check into the game together. That's a nice moment. That's a nice moment.
The photo op is historic. Yeah,
absolutely.
We love that moment.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we did.
I got to give credit to that. Yeah, that was a nice moment seeing them both check in and seeing father and son out there as well, too. And, finally, I will end what's trending with this. Once again, basketball season Pistons start up tonight. Go and check them out. LCA 530. DJ Hi Def is right there for you on the main concourse spinning.
That's right.
But you got to ask, we had to ask the Lions, who are there some unknown random NBA players that they like?
My buddy E.J. Liddell, Southern Illinois, Belleville West's finest.
Chris Wilcox.
Chris Wilcox.
Original 8, Latrell Sprewell.
Latrell, how you take that way back?
Tony Snell.
Tony Snell. Pistons legend.
I was about to say Jamal Crawford too. Yeah, Jamal
Hey,
Crawford.
go
my
legend.
boy from Utah, Jakob OJ Mayo.
Jakob OJ Mayo.
Bogdanovich. I can't remember his first name.
Bojan, yep.
Okay, Bogey, all right.
Random.
Alex Caruso.
Yao Ming.
Carlos Boozer. I don't know why I said that.
Carlos Boozer.
BK. Nobody even knows. Brandon Knight.
Dusty Hannes.
Who was that?
Real?
Who's that person?
Dusty Hannes?
I'm looking him up.
Was that an NBA player or did he only play college?
I don't know. He got
I'm sorry, I didn't.
He like a Euro to me.
Dusty head.
Oh, he was a Euro. Okay.
He looked like a Euro.
I don't know how to process when Flannel was stumped like this.
Did
Like,
he
wait,
check
what?
into an NBA game once? I have to look.
He checked into an
Oh, my
NBA game
God.
once.
Hey, he got there. He did it.
Shout out to Dan Skipper.
Yes,
dog.
he did.
Whoa!
Hey, Dan Skipper with the pull of a lifetime. Dusty Hannes has played 4 games in his career with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Wow. That was a real deep cut right there.
Averaging 5 points. Hey, you know what?
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Wow.
Dusty Hannes.
Goodness.
Yeah, that was wild.
Dan
Skipper, man.
Shout out
As
to
DJs would say, he really dug deep in the crates for that one. Wow.
That's like a my player or somebody like
Right.
that.
That was a creative player.
Dusty Hannes.
They made him up.
The way he just turned around and said it too, I just thought he was just joking.
Matter
It's
of
just
factly.
like, nah, I don't play games.
You know
around here.
Dan Skipper was a baller back somewhere in his life. The man's like 6'8", 6'9", so he knows ball.
Definitely.
If you could pull a Dusty, jeez, I didn't know
Dusty Hannes.
The chat is cracking me up too. Dakota Mullet. That's crazy, Skipper. Cornelius C. Skipper with the major stats. Goodness gracious. Hey, listen, Julius from North Carolina. Has Sam Flannel heard the news yet? His guy Mahomes got DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes, I heard. Rewind. We broke it down today.
Oh man. Anything else for us, JB Smooth?
No, that's it for what's trending. Let's hop into some mailbag. Have some more fun since we got DJ Hi Def here as well too.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Hi Def Stef in the building, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Let's at least get the Feldman mailbag segment started. And we can chop it up while those questions are dropping in.
Absolutely. First, I got to tell you about the Boys and Girls Club. What a time that JB Smooth and Kool-Aid and our sales guy Brady had on Saturday with the championship of the 3C Sports League. And you know what? If you're a parent, you definitely want to get your kids involved in that next season. You could get some future Lions playing a game at Ford Field. Are you kidding me? What? That's just... You can't pass up that opportunity. It's only $175, which all things considered isn't the worst thing in the world. They got locations all over Detroit, Highland Park, Belleville, East Point. So no matter where you are in Metro Detroit, there is a Boys and Girls Club close by. So register for 3C Sports at bgcsm.org. Get yourself in next year's league. It's the Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
1800 Tequila, official tequila of Woodward Sports Lions watch parties and post-game show. And 1800 Tequila has a little something special at this upcoming watch party. Just gonna throw that out there. And you can join 1800 Tequila and Woodward Sports every Lions game live at Hayes Social in Shelby Township and celebrate the wins with smooth 1800 Tequila. Proud sponsor of your Detroit Lions. 1800 Tequila, the best taste in tequila. Drink responsibly.
And attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. You can join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy, every Thursday on Omari and Edwards, where he's offering you the top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. And we are back. Welcome back. It is Wake Up Woodward, the WUW Crew. You guys already know we love you guys. Continue to smash that like button, support us, share the stream, and go Pistons as well. KG, Man, we got to satisfy that like button. We've had a lot of good Pistons guests today, man. The home opener, we got to talk some football. We obliged to the people.
We did.
Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and satisfy that like button. Y'all got to treat it right and treat it nice.
Treat it nice, man. Be soft and be smooth. I can't even hear the music, but I'm just going to talk anyway, man. Hey, we got a DJ and a singer in the spot, man, so just go ahead and tap that like button for us. We working hard for you so you can work a little hard for us.
And go Pistons.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Let's go. Hey, and you know what, man? Just real quick, a little bit more Pistons hype as we get those mailbag questions in to the chat right now. Hi Def Stef, man.
What's going on, brother?
What do you think is going to be the first song on the playlist tonight, man?
Oh, I wanted to ask you that too. Man.
That's a great question. You know what? Usually I start maybe 5-10 minutes before the doors actually open. So that's me just getting a little bit warmed up to kind of feel myself out and, you know, be like, oh, okay, well, let me just get a little bit in the groove for a minute. And then when people start, you know, rushing through the doors, then it's like, okay, well, I'm just kind of implementing like my situational awareness. Like, okay, what do we have running through the door? Yeah, I'm playing for the people that walk in there. And then when you know, the dancers and the extreme team or the JIT team comes up, then I like to go into what's like a show mode, right? And so that's the moment where it sort of turns into like the party type atmosphere, and you got people standing around in big crowds, people participating and doing, you know, their own dances and stuff. And the dancers and the extreme team, JIT team, they all do a great job with interacting with you know, the fans and stuff that come in the building. But that, man, to answer your question, I don't know. You gotta be there. You gotta be there. Yeah.
I don't know either. That is one of the questions I did want to ask you as well too. What was, if you could give us like a sneak peek as to who you were starting the day off with? But there, I'll turn it. Who are you ending the night with, or what track are you ending the night with?
Ooh. Man, I'll give you an example. So when the Pistons had a night game, it was on the 1st of the month. I ended the concourse with Bone Thugs and Harmony 1st of the month. So it'll be stuff like that. I try to, you know, play around with you know, a situation that, you know, may come up. So 1st of the month it'd be Bone Thugs and Harmony, something like that. Tonight,
let's go.
I don't know. My favorite song of all time is Jay-Z Imaginary Players. So it might be that.
It's a night. You're going to be in your bag.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? We got to get in our bag. The Feldman Mailbag segment. Let's hear from our people and our friends at Feldman.
Absolutely. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
And it's time for our Feldman, our mailbag segment, our Wake Up Woodward mailbag segment presented by Feldman Automotive Group. And we're going to kick things off while I see your mailbag questions coming in. We have multiple giveaways. We have a jersey giveaway. We have to announce some socials. KG and JB, and shout out D-Mac as well. Our kind of just extreme everything. Fighting, boxing, MMA, wrestling, all of the above. I can't wait to see what you guys have going on too with the content, the credential for this weekend's TNA's Bound for Glory.
Yes, sir.
And we got Santa KG over there in the booth today, huh?
I do, man. I do. and shout out to all my wrestling fans in the chat.
Giveaway is active, guys.
We were gonna have the Hardys on Big D Energy today. They had to reschedule because of flight issues. So Friday, we are aiming for Friday to have the Hardy Boys on the show. We had Joe Henry on yesterday, and it was great. But I have ticket giveaways.
Show it to him.
If you want to go to Bound for Glory and the Impact taping the next night, Sunday, the 27th, I got tickets for you, man. Drop your favorite wrestler in the chat, and if it matches one of my favorite wrestlers, then I'm gonna give you the tickets. Pretty simple, right? Let's do it.
Let's go. And just, this is the biggest event for TNA?
Yes.
And it's happening in the city.
You know it is.
So you guys already know it's about to be lit. I can't wait. So like I said, you guys, not just that. So we got the jersey giveaway. Get the socials. You have a little bit more time to be able to throw your name in the hat to win a jersey. You also got the TNA Bound for Glory this weekend and Woodward Pistons merch as well. 3 giveaways are active right now during our mailbag segment. and we'll get right into it.
Yep.
Ed O'Neill, shout out to Ed O'Neill. Hashtag Feldman Mailbag. The Lions are in the Super Bowl. It is 4th and goal from the 5 with 10 seconds left, and they're down 3 points. DC elects to go for it instead of sending it to OT. Are you okay with the decision? I like that we're all thinking in terms of Super Bowl.
Yes.
Shout out to Ed O'Neill.
Oh, man. Yeah.
The answer is no. From the 5, if it was from the 1, I would be okay with it, but you gotta tie the game at that point, because if you lose the Super Bowl on a play where you could easily tie it and give yourself a chance in overtime, I think that would be just not the right move. So my answer is no, I wouldn't be okay with it.
Yeah. Yep. What about you, JB?
Skip a reporter. We going for it. Don't care. We going for it.
Okay. IT Hips, Feldman Mailbag. Are you starting to get a little nervous as time keeps ticking away that the Lions may not get anybody in the defensive line by the deadline?
No, I'm not nervous yet because the trade deadline is November 5th. If we're having this conversation, let me just say this, and I don't want to be that person, but let's just say the Lions have more trouble with the Titans than we thought, and the pass rush is an issue. The nervousness will definitely ratchet up, but as long as they make a move before the trade deadline, I'm cool. So as of right now, my concern is low.
30 Dr. D, Mailbag, phone book flannel.
Yes, I can't jump with
When and what was the last organized team sport you played? I thought it was the great sport of foosball, wasn't it?
It was football sophomore year high school. There was some tone in that question. I know that, but I did play a little bit. I'm just one of the worst athletes in the building, but I own it.
But you didn't let that stop you from trying.
But you know what? Catch me in a rec league. Maybe 1 out of every 5 days, I can be competent.
I love flannel.
So catch me on one of those days, and catch me on one of those days. I'll pour it to you.
Flannel said he's in the gym throwing it down like Max Clone. He just slam dunk champion.
Let's go. All right, next one, man. John F. and Lord, Feldman Mailbag, and this far elite booth. KG and JB, your predictions for Halloween Havoc?
Oh, I haven't been tapped into NXT lately, man. Been a little too busy, but I got to see what that card is looking like. I know Trick Williams. Is he going against Ethan Page? I want to say.
I feel like I have to look at that card as well too. I haven't had time.
Whoever Trick Williams is facing, Trick Williams is the victor. So we'll do it like that.
I like Trick Williams, but I feel like he's not that good at wrestling. Like
what?
His gimmick is good, but just not him.
You wildin', JB.
I don't know. That's just me.
You wildin', man.
Just a fan, Feldman Mailbag. Ugh, I don't even want to deal with this one. Score predictions for U of M versus MSU from each of you.
You know what?
50-0.
Let's just a fan. That's a fantastic question. Let's wait till Friday.
Ooh.
Let's wait till Friday because we're not done. We haven't even really started the actual in-game full breakdown of Michigan State. Our score predictions will probably be given to all of us by about 9:38 on Friday's show. But that is a good question, and that is a fair question that we all are going to have to answer.
Yep. I got another one from Cy Gray, and then I'm going to ask a couple Piston Mailbag ones as well. Would you rather have the 2 contracts of Judon and Hendrickson or the albatross of a contract, Myles Garrett himself alone? Which situation is better and long term? It's a decent question.
If I had to choose in like a perfect world, probably Judon and Hendrickson, honestly. Because you'd get yourself arguably the best bookend edge rusher duo this year, and you'd have them plus.
And more depth.
Well, although Judon I know is he's not. You'd have to give him a new contract, but for this year, I think that would more than make up for Aiden Hutchinson's production, and it could make Josh Paschal in his more natural role as a depth piece. Although shout out Josh Paschal, you did step up on Sunday.
Hey, Alan W. Feldman Mailbag, and if we can get everybody in on this one, definitely. I'm going to start with you, Hi Def.
All right.
Hey, who will be starting at the 3 until Asar is back? Beasley, maybe? And we can also kind of loop in our starting 5s as well.
All right, that's a spicy question.
Because they got Fontecchio.
I like
Beasley.
Simone Fontecchio. I really do.
You know what? That's mine too. I want to see Cade, Ivy, Simone Fontecchio, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren as that starting 5.
I would love to see that also. Yeah, I think that he probably has one of the better jump shots on the team to me.
Oh, yeah.
After watching him, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, some people would say that he has the best jump shot. But yeah, the moment that he got with us last year, I was like, oh yeah, he a guy.
That was it, man. You could tell him and
he's a
Cade
guy.
had that connection.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to see right away. I think he works well with Cade. What about you, Flannel?
All right, so this is as if I were Coach Flannel Sam, and I can only go by off of what I've seen during my time watching the NBA. If it were up to me,
So I know Ron Holland is starting.
well, he's not, but that's okay. He's gonna be good. I would have Cade, Beasley, Fontecchio, Tobias, Jalen Duren.
Ooh,
That's what I would have.
spicy.
Yeah, see,
Sick,
now
where
I'm
you
excited
at,
to
Stick?
see who's gonna be starting tonight. Yeah.
KG, give me your starters, man.
Yeah.
No Ivy and Flannels.
Yeah, I know. I got to put Ivy in there, man, just based off the improvement that it looks like he had during the preseason. Give me Cade, Ivy, Fontecchio, Harris, and Duren. And I got Malik Beasley at my 6, my flamethrower off the bench.
That's fair.
Hey, I like that.
I mean, the fact that we even having this discussion of multiple lineups mean we got some guys.
We got some guys.
We got some guys.
There's a few more players
you know?
this year, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
JB Smooth, what up, though?
I kind of like Flannel's lineup as well. Give me Ivy off the bench to get that spark, that fire, just when you need some extra bench help as well too. I do want to see Ron Hollins kind of like floating around in his starting rotation as well too. But I mean, I can wait for it. But as DJ Hi Def Stef said, like, it's amazing that we actually have this conversation and can sit here and talk about all these rotations that we can have in this lineup.
Yeah, Ivy jump shot nice now too.
It is, and I got to keep trying to tell people.
He been in the lab.
That's why I love to tell people, man, like he's not just working on it, but it's also a continuation over what we saw him doing the last 15 games of last season. Real NBA games, not preseason.
Yeah.
So I will definitely victory lap to 36% from last year during that stretch and hope that with what we see right now, that he's trending towards, like Rod said, getting that 38 to 42% from behind the arc range.
Oh, man.
If he can shoot in the 40s.
Man, Katie barred the door if that happened.
Yeah, man.
We're going to be in, be in a good spot.
A very good spot. And just real quick before we get back to a couple more questions, just Cade Cunningham and Tobias Harris. There's years prior where we would wax poetically, and we definitely will, when it's time, make sure that there's a Cade zone going on. But there's been a little less discourse about them, a little less conversation. I do think it's because we expect them to just be what they're supposed to be. But I do believe tonight we see a different Cade Cunningham, the one that people are waiting to see. Can he lead us? I believe that the team is starting to be just right around him, and we're going to see a monster Cade.
If we're talking about Cade and Tobias Harris, I believe Cade's an all-star. I think Cade and Tobias will mutually benefit each other, and I got Tobias averaging about 18 a game on 47, 37, 84 shooting splits. And that's not unrealistic. That's been about what Tobias has been when he's been good in his career.
But that's why I take the deep breath and exhale out, because it's just like, goodness, we're not talking about a Bojan Bogdanovic who you could say his stats, but then the one stat we have to look at is the GP, games played. Like he wasn't going to be there. Tobias is going to be there every single game that Cade is going to be there. Yeah. That's what we're talking about right now, which makes this optimism a little bit more on the positive side, man. So
it does
definitely.
I think they have and this has just been my personal interaction with the both of them. They have a very relaxed, confident demeanor. And so a lot of times I feel like when you have that type of demeanor and you play a sport like basketball or football and stuff like that, that means you about business and you know you about to step on that court and do some damage.
Hey, I
so
like that.
I feel that.
I like that. What up, though, JB?
Yeah, what up, though?
Oh, I just had a little bit of breaking news. Apparently, Flannels Chiefs, they did get DeAndre Hopkins, but
don't tell me there's more.
No, I was just letting you guys know. Apparently, they tried and attempted to get Cooper Kupp, but it didn't happen. So they got the backup of DeAndre Hopkins.
The ability to go and get him.
I mean, is that really a bad?
They're gonna get someone else. They started early. They're gonna get somebody else. Dog on it.
Cooper Kupp would have been lethal.
Come on, Brad Holmes.
Man, Cooper Kupp would have been lethal.
You see what they're planning for? The Chiefs are planning. They're doing Super Bowl chess moves. They don't care about right now.
I mean, why not? If you're the Chiefs, go be. I mean, from their perspective, they have an opportunity to be the greatest dynasty in NFL history.
Man,
they do. Whether people want to hear it or not, 4 and 6 seasons would be something special. 3 and 5 is already special. A three-peat, I hope that it doesn't happen. I'd love to see the Chiefs and the Lions meet each other in the Super Bowl, but the Chiefs are making power moves, as you expect they would.
Man, I don't want to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I just want to get to the Super Bowl.
That's fair. I
take my chances with Lamar, and I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes.
I understand.
Man, But the Detroit Lions, they're here. Big boy team.
Yeah, they are.
I don't. Oh, goodness gracious. He got that Spartan helmet in front of you, man. But we got to talk about this as well. Game predictions for tonight. Pistons and Pacers.
We're continuing the opening day tradition with a W. I predict a close game and a buzzer beater for the dub.
Let's go.
I like the buzzer beater, but I am going to go Pistons 110, Pacers 104.
Ooh, okay. High score.
Wait, say that one more time.
Pistons.
Pistons. Okay.
Pistons 110, Pacers. Detroit 110, Indiana 104.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go. JB Smooth.
Isn't Halliburton still at the white parties? Is that
the Snow Bunny Sniper.
Okay.
The Snow Bunny Sniper.
Oh, man.
Is he still out there? If that's the
Knocking
case,
down threes all over the world.
I saw that viral meme video or reel. Yeah, I saw that. All right.
But yeah, of course, I'm taking the Pistons to continue on this tradition as well too. Give me 115 to 102.
Wow.
Oh, that's a pretty sizable victory right there. Okay.
Let's go.
I need the good women of Auburn Hills to drain Tyrese Halliburton's energy before he comes to the game. But give me Pistons 106, Pacers 101.
Oh man, I'm just looking at the chat right now too, man, and they are going crazy with these wrestlers, man.
Yeah,
they
man.
are going crazy with these.
I got two winners, man. I got to give out 2 winning tickets, man. So can I do that right now?
Do that right now. Actually.
All right.
I got the Pistons winning, by the way.
My first winners of the TNA ticket package is Detroit Arrow. Arrow. You named Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is my all-time favorite wrestler.
Oh, man.
I got to give it to my boy William Vanderwood as the second winner. William Vanderwood, you ended up naming Carmelo Hayes, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. You know, you had a few of my favorites, Booker T. So we are going to hook both of y'all up with tickets. But if you didn't get tickets today, don't stress. We got more tickets. We will give away some tomorrow and Friday on the show. So make sure y'all tapped in. I will post my email in the chat. That way, you know, you can get in touch with me. But William Vanderwood and Detroit Arrow, you are our winners for today.
And Jay, what can they do to get those tickets, Mr. KG?
Tomorrow during the mailbag segment, we'll announce something for them to do, and then they'll do it, and we'll give away the tickets.
Hey, dope. And Jay Hart, you are going to be the winner for our Woodward Pistons segment. Email me, kool-aid@woodwardsports.com, and we'll end it on this Feldman Mailbag question. Ooh. Shout out to Stick, who just walked in. Love the Dad Gang hat.
That camera, JB.
What's up, my friend?
Hey, it would be criminal to bring Ivy off the bench, especially after last season. You give J.I. that confidence and fill the bench role with a vet.
Don't get Stick started.
You don't bench J.I. Oh, no, because we gave our starting lineup, Stick.
I was about to throw something.
Those two over there said Ivy off the bench.
That's fine. 6 men contribute all the time in the NBA, dude.
You hear how high his voice gets when you know he's full of shit? I'm not full of shit.
It's a very common opinion.
Yeah, it's fine, Sam. Yeah, just do what exactly they did with Killian Hayes last year and bury him on the bench.
Well, Malik Beasley was
that. You buy a Ferrari, you drive a Ferrari.
All right, but Malik Beasley is a little bit different than Killian Hayes. Malik Beasley started on the Bucks last year. I'm just saying. Nothing against Ivy. I think he's going to have a very fine year coming off the bench or starting.
Yeah, they're both very fine people, right, Sam?
Jesus, Stick, you're like throwing out allegations all week long, man. Anywho,
that's the show.
Listen, shout out to all of our guests. Detroit Pistons home openers tonight, man. We're all going to be in the building. We're going to be deep out there, man. We had Omari Sankofa, Detroit Free Press beat writer, Pistons beat writer, on to kick off the show. We had the legend Rob Beard on, as always, for Wednesdays. We had DJ Hi Def Stef in the building. You want to say bye-bye to the people real quick before we sign off?
Yeah. I'll see y'all later this evening, 5:30. The doors open. Make sure you get there. We get the light up wristbands. We get t-shirts on every seat. We got Skilla Baby on the rev up, and we got a nice halftime show for y'all. I appreciate y'all having me here.
Definitely, brother. Thank you for
see y'all next time.
Coming out here and being like pumped up about this stuff too. When I saw like the graphics, I saw the support you were getting for being on here.
Oh man,
definitely, man.
Yeah, overwhelmingly with joy right now.
That's what's up, brother. Yeah. That's what's up. Shout out to intern Chase, that dude Justin, our brother Matthew Broder as well commuted just for today. But our elite booth, man. Detroit's #1 draft pick, that is KG, aka Black Hollywood in the sound booth. What up, though, brother?
Hey, you know what it is, man. The WUW Crew gonna be in the spot tonight, so if y'all see us in there, come say what up, though, man. We supporting our Pistons. This year gonna be different, man. I ain't taking no other Piston slander right now, man. But shout out to the team. Shout out to DJ Hi Def Stef for stopping by, man. Yeah. This was dope, man. And shout out to everybody in the chat. You know we love you, man. Stay tuned. Like I said, ticket giveaways the rest of the week.
Hey, Woodward Sports MVP in the TD booth. That is JB Smooth. What up,
Yo. Follow my stick as well, too. Shout out. He's security guard back here. He's a little upset.
I ain't off the bench.
Oh, he not. He said he ain't happy with that one. He's not happy at all. He's not happy with that.
Why is it always you, Flair?
He crashing out.
Why do we have this thing?
Yeah, this is a crash out.
I know, that's the insane opinion, right? Just wild.
JB's just sitting there getting off the hook.
Hey,
you said it too?
Oh my God.
Don't be mad at me. I'm just saying, Pistons need a little spark off the bench. It's Ivy. It's Ivy right there.
I don't hate that idea. He probably.
We're just throwing names out.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey.
A lot of good players come off the bench, right, Sam?
6 Man of the Year is an award, dude. 6 Man of the Year is an award.
Man.
So's most improved.
He could.
Jaden Ivey, MIP.
We'll see.
He and Kay Cunningham are gonna share that award this year. But the vet of the squad,
yes.
The vet of the network, Flannel Sam. The more things change, the more Flannel Sam stays the same.
I love it. Love that I am still here gracing you guys with my presence, no matter what you guys say in the chat. Most of you are great, though, and this was a fun show. And let's go Pistons.
And it's your boy, Brandon aka Detroit Kool-Aid, your credential Pistons reporter and writer for the network. It's been a show. Go Pistons. Go all of Detroit. Go all of the great state of pure Michigan as well. Hope that you guys have a blessed day. Smash that like button on your way out if you didn't get an opportunity to. And if you did, share this thing and support our guests that have been on today as well. Like we tell you guys, it goes a long way. People out here grinding, man. And we appreciate what you guys do. Have a good one. It's Wake Up Woodward.
Oh, look at the closing screen. Jaden Ivey.
I can't wait till those jerseys drop.